As you know, I have a blog called birdsongslaw.com. I'm a law professor at Barry University School of Law in Orlando, Florida. Among other things, on my blog, I put weird criminal law stories that I collect from around the world. Here are some that come from Chicago. I had to go to Chicago on business this summer, and they had some weird criminal law stories out there. Here's the first one. Dateline is August 4th, 2009. An 86-year-old Chicago woman was arrested for the 61st time over this past weekend for shoplifting anti-wrinkle cream from a North Side grocery store, police report. Ella Orko's first arrest for petty larceny came in 1956. Her latest crime came on this past Sunday at the Dominic's Finer Foods grocery. An employee saw her put or stuff $225 worth of items into her pants before trying to leave without paying. Orko was charged with felony shoplifting, and a Cook County judge ordered that she be held on a $10,000 bail. Police say she has at least 20 aliases. Of her 61 arrests, police say 13 resulted in convictions. To this story, I would call Miss Orko a kleptomaniac granny. All right. Dateline August 4th, again, still Chicago, 2009. A Southside man was accused of endangering thousands of lives by allegedly impersonating a Chicago Transit, that is CTA, traffic controller, and radioing bogus instructions to subway train operators. Can you imagine that? His name is Marcel Carter. He's 20 years old, and he faces up to 20 years in federal prison and a $250,000 fine for breaking a federal law forbidding interference with transportation operators, say local federal prosecutors. On about June 2nd, 2009, it's reported that Carter stole a CTA Kenwood radio transmitter and over several weeks transmitted instructions to train operators to disregard stop signals. None of his orders were obeyed, thank heavens. Carter was arrested a few days later, or a few days before this report, when he and his brother asked a CTA employee at a subway station if there was a reward for a stolen subway radio. Crazy numbskulls. Can you imagine that? All right, here's the story of the day out of Chicago. It's Dateline August 6, 2009. A Somali-born cab driver, his name is Abi Nasser Kahin, wrestled with a cross-dressing, chain-wielding, suspected pickpocket in a dress and put him in a bear hug until police arrested him. The thief in the dress had already escaped from police once after allegedly helping to beat a man bloody. While police struggled with the man's alleged partner in theft, Kahin saw the makeup-wearing cross-dresser return to grab a big white purse he had dropped before running away. That's when Kahin got out of his taxi and wrestled with the man and held the cross-dresser until an officer arrived to handcuff the thief. This sounds horrible, folks. A cross-dressing, chain-wielding pickpocket in a dress? What next, Chicago? What next? Well, maybe this one tops it. This one is Dateline August 7th, 2009. Prosecutors leveled additional charges Thursday against 4 Burr Oak Cemetery workers accused of illegally unearthing old burial plots to make room for new graves. Carolyn Towns, 49, Keith Nix, 45, his brother Terrence Nix, 39, and Maurice Daly, 59, were originally charged with dismembering human bodies. That was last month. Authorities revealed the alleged grave-selling scheme at the cemetery, where 1,200 bone fragments have since been found, has been ongoing. However, today, a formal indictment was handed down by the Cook County Court, and the 4 faced counts of aggravated theft of between $100,000 to $500,000, unlawful removal of gravestones, desecration of human remains, unlawful removal of deceased human beings from a burial ground, and conspiracy to dismember human remains. The most serious felonies carry terms in prison from 6 to 30 years in prison. Towns, who was the cemetery manager, allegedly masterminded the scheme, which prosecutors said began in 2003. To all this, Birdsong says, there should be a special place in hell for these idiots. Can you imagine that? Well, this is Birdsong. Read my blog, birdsongslaw.com and listen to my funny and weird criminal law stories. Hope to see you again.